The Vegas Golden Knights have essentially set the bar for future expansion teams in all of sports. 2 years after winning the Stanley Cup in just their 6th year of existence, they have made the playoffs again as a team that can go on a deep run again. This is their 7th appearance in their 8th year as a franchise, and despite another cap crunch this offseason that had them lose Donovan Marchessault and Chandler Stevenson to free agency, they continue to win. Las Vegas was a city that has waited for a sports team to arrive to them for many decades. The NHL did have a presence at Las Vegas since 1991, when they hosted preseason exhibition games. The NHL awards have been held there since 2009, but no NHL team would come to Las Vegas until the Golden Knights did ahead of the 2018 season, and the impact they've made on the city is remarkable. Of the many players from the Golden Misfits team that was their inaugural team in 2018 that made it to the Stanley Cup Final, only 4 players remain, and they still remain a vital part to this organization. Shea Theodore has emerged into the top defenseman on the club, running the power play and setting up offensive chances for his teammates. William Karlsson has missed a significant chunk of the season to injury, but at his strongest, he's a middle 6 forward who can win faceoffs, set up scoring chances, and play excellent defense. If he can find his goal-scoring touch in the playoffs, even better. Brayden McNabb continues to be a key staple on Vegas' own end of the ice, with crucial shot blocking and penalty killing. Riley Smith, who they brought back in a trade with the New York Rangers, is back at the place where he won a Stanley Cup, of a sense of familiarity under head coach Bruce Cassidy, and can put up down the lineup scoring and shorthanded chances. At the core of this franchise, alongside Theodore, are Jack Eichel and Mark Stone. Eichel is putting his best season of his career with elite offensive numbers and the first ever 90-point season of his career to go with his defensive skills that he acquired under Cassidy. Stone is getting up there in age, but he is a veteran leader who is one of the best defensive forwards in the league, and an avid forechecker at 5-on-5. Alex Pietrangelo and Ivan Barbashev, both 2-time champions with Vegas and the St. Louis Blues, remain part of the core. Pietrangelo, like Stone, is getting up there in age, but provides valuable two-way play on the defensive side, while Barbashev has been a staple on the top 4 line next to Eichel as a high-end forechecker and net front presence. Among the Stanley Cup champions that remain on the team, Zach Whitecloud is arguably their best stay-at-home defenseman, while Nick Hague, albeit being on and off at that end of the ice, is reliable there too. Adin Hill has stabilized the net with his goaltending, and while he's not at the top end of the goaltender tier list, he doesn't need to be, as he is reliable in the playoffs after his big breakthrough taking over for an injured Laurent Brossoit. Nick Roy and Keegan Colasar are key staples on their 4th line as aggressive forecheckers that can kill off penalties, and Brett Howden can slot up and down the lineup with his forechecking on the front end. Howden also is having his best goal-scoring season in his career, blasting his previous career high. With veterans leaving, opens up a window of opportunity for the next man up, and Howden exemplifies that. Another player as the beneficiary of next man up is Pavel Dorofeyev, who emerged as a power play scoring threat and one of 2 players to put up at least 30 goals on the season. He's found his place on the second line next to Tomas Hertl, the other player to score at least 30 goals on the club, and, like Dorofeyev, is dangerous on the man advantage. Both players are positioned on different areas of the power play, with Dorofeyev at the flank and Hertl at the bumper. Speaking of the power play, Vegas' power play is the best in the league, as they were consistently approaching 30% of converted opportunities on the man advantage. Hertl was one of 2 main additions during last year's trade deadline, with the other being Noah Hannafin. After Vegas acquired him in a free team trade, he immediately inked an 8-year deal worth $58 million total. He's versatile and can tilt the ice towards his team's favor, sliding up and down the lineup with versatility as an offensive-minded playmaker and getting extended looks on the power play second unit. Rounding out the core are cast-offs from other teams: Victor Olofsson, Tanner Pearson, Brandon Saad, and Ilya Samsonov. Olofsson is slotting nicely into the middle 6 portion of the lineup, picking up where he left off in power play scoring. Both Pearson and Saad provide more Stanley Cup experience to a team that has recently won one. Pearson signed a league minimum contract after successfully converting a professional tryout. He's been solid, though he's cooled off after a hot start for his expectations. While he is serviceable in a bottom 6 role, Saad has recovered from a poor start to the season with the Blues, leading to a mutual termination of his contract in St. Louis and has provided middle six help. Last week, Samsonov is insurance for when anything happens to Hill. The expectation was that he improves from last season, but things have not really gone well for him in the Sin City. And if Hill is out, he needs to have a bounce back. A Bruce Cassidy coach team is dangerous come playoff time. He helped the Boston Bruins reach the Stanley Cup Final in 2019, and the Golden Knights win it all in 2023. He knows what it takes to win, and he knows how to adjust to his opponents to deploy different strategies. This team will be one to watch out for throughout the course of this postseason.